Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Oh, man, I'm waiting on a package from $1 Million Meg, and I know she's busy. I don't know if she got her sent or not yet. I don't have a notification, but I have some notifications from some other packages, and I got one today from Durbin Auctions. I also, Durbin Auctions, always a nice package. Always a nice package from Durbin Auctions. Always nice. We will get into that. And you guys have seen the pictures of or maybe thumbnails of the inside of my butchering room with all the stainless steel and the sink and the tables and all that good stuff. That's where I have my panning station set up right now. When it comes to deer hunting season, or butchering, I'll put everything away and then we'll butcher and then I'll put everything back and we'll pan go. But I got a letter today from Mr. Chasing Cheddar with Curtis. And I opened the envelope, and what did I see? Stickers. No letter, no note. And I don't know why I have these. Maybe I requested them. I don't know. There's nothing on the backside, but I got 2 Chasing Cheddars. That is very nice. I don't know if I asked for them, if I won them, or what, but a couple of nice stickers. Definitely going in my book. All right, that's what we got from Curtis. And we'll put that address down there because I think I need that address yet. Do I need it? No, I got the address, so that's not terrible. Let's get out the package opening tool, should we? I think this is probably the only one we need today. I really don't think we need the Angry Warrior Tackle Box package opening tool. But matter of fact, that reminds me, I have to contact Angry because I want to order a couple more knives. I want a couple of little short ones. Hey, Muscle Cell. JC, how are you, man? Good to see you. Well, I am babysitting my daughter's dog, Pitbull, Pfeiffer, for the week because my daughter had to go to a meeting in Des Moines, Iowa, 3 hours away, hotel, that kind of stuff. So I'm babysitting the dog. She's outside in the sun now, getting a little sun. I try to socialize her as much as I can with people. Well, we were walking out to the mailbox. I had her on a leash, of course. And truck drove by, which is normal, slow, 45 miles an hour. And she just leapt at the truck because we were right at the end of the driveway and the road was right there. And she leapt at the truck, barking, growling, and the hair on the back of her back stood up. She just is not a happy girl when it comes to other people. Now, if you spent 4 or 5 hours with her here, and my daughter was present, you would get along fabulously with that dog. But any stranger, any vehicle, and she loves to go for rides, like most terriers do, but she just not a real social dog. She has her little group, her little clique, and you're tight with her, and that's it. All right. Durbin package. We need to see what's in this Durbin package. I have forgotten everything I have ever won on auction, and I missed Kurt's auction. Coin Sniper Chris's auction this last week. But I did make bait to hook, or not bait to hook, Black Bacca's auction. And I think Auction Palooza is on right now, I believe, but I'm not sure. We have one. We have two. We have, what the hell? Oh, yeah, the invoices. 3, 4. I gotta get that off my keyboard. But let's look at, down here. Pants again. There we go. That's what we got. Big package empty again. All right. Sometimes I feel sorry for Diane having to package all this stuff. I know she does the computer work during the auction, so she's the one printing out the invoices. I bought some copper rounds. I bought one. I don't know. Oh, that was a gaw. I won a gaw. 3 copper rounds. All right. Usually don't buy them. And I did get some Canadian cents, I think. Large cents. I got a British 1 crown coin. I got a roll of Franklin halves. Let's see, what else we got here? Canadian, 80%. I got another UK crown coin bell. I got a bell. And a token bell was won by Grampy Tim, Crappie Tim. And he gifted that to me. I can't believe he did that. It was a little biker bell on a gaw, and Grandpa Tim won that, and he gifted that to me. I don't know. I made some comment about Durbin's bells and how much I like them and how many I have, and man, he gifted that. I believe that. I think this is the heavy stuff right here. Maybe I can. No, I can't. I thought maybe I could. I like to save these if I can, but sometimes it's impossible the way they're folded. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I can. Yeah, I can save that one. That'll work. All right, this is the heavy stuff here. Yeah, I can save that. It's kind of a screwed up bottom, but yeah, I can save it. All right. Here we go. Franklin halves. I got 20 Franklin halves. That's, we'll have to go through them and see what we can see, but I mean, looking at them, might be some nice ones in there. I don't know. There might be some nice ones in there. Well, let's see here. Let's see if we can see them right there. Oh, yeah, they're all used. There's nothing uncirculated in there. They're all circulated. There's nothing proof in there, that's for sure. But hey, it's a roll of Franklin halves. So let's throw them back in there. They're not bad. I mean, silver is silver. And I already have a lot of Franklin halves and Kennedy halves, so I like the half dollars as opposed to the quarters. I don't know. I like some dimes and quarters, but I think I have like 6 or 7 rolls of Rosies, but only 1 roll of Mercs, I think. I try to get more Mercs, but and I pick up halves when I can get them. So when they're and it came with a tube, so I'm happy with that. All I got to do is put that in a box in the safe. After inventory, of course. Everything's got to be added to the inventory. And this is a roll of 64 D pennies. So there's my copper. There's my copper. And I'll bet, and I don't know if that's taped or not, because the tube is cracked. I don't know. Yeah, I can get it off, I think, right there. See what we got. Well, there's some nice looking pennies in there. Oh, there's some real nice looking pennies. We'll have to go through those. I don't know, man. Those are some really nice looking pennies, if you can see that. There's some really good lookers in there. I don't know, man. I might have did okay on the pennies. And I try to get the copper pennies. I don't like new pennies if I can help it. The zincs. I'd rather have the coppers, but well, that's all right. I can handle that. Let's put them right up here. We're going to adjust the camera a little bit later anyway, so we'll put the bags over to the side. I like to keep everything in the bags, though, when I'm done. When I put stuff away, I like to keep it in plastic bags, everything. And then that way, I'm kind of trying to take all the air out of it and keep it from tarnishing as much as possible. And it's in a climate-controlled environment anyway, so. Yeah, I can say that one, definitely. All right, we got a lot of goofy stuff in here, I think. Yep, that one's empty. I can save that one, too. All right, very good. Those can go under there. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Let's look at coppers first, shall we? This is my gaw win. The last auction, my gaw wins, or my gaw guessing sucked, but these are the Standing Liberty lookers here. They're kind of neat. They have quite a few coppers now, but it's not that I collect them. It's just that I win them or get them with something. But this one's all right. I like this one. Vietnam vets. Upside down. And I like old gooseneck eagle. That one can go over here with my Vietnam vet stuff. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 coins, 1 lapel pin, and 1 bar. That's all Vietnam era stuff. All right, so we got, my God, let me see, what did I guess? I guessed an X on that one. That was gone number 2. Wow, that was all right. I don't mind winning copper, especially like the pennies, copper pennies, copper. What did we get here? 2 large Canadian cents? I think. We have to get the old eyes out here and take a look. Yes, this is a large Canadian cent. This is King George. Wow, that's hard to see. George the 7th, it looks like. Oh, this is a 1909? Yeah, it's a 1909. And I got a 1903. This last auction, I got a 1904. I was missing that one. I have to look and see if I have the 9 and 3 yet. I'm working on that decade. I don't know if you can see them, but it's going to be kind of tough to see them because they're dark. And the cellophane's broke on this one, so that one's got to get redone. Let's see if I can see the 1909 in there. That one's tough, man. Hold up a second. We'll do the... Oh, shit. Where am I at here? All right. Let me put a little light on it, maybe. And see that piece of cellophane's broke. So, yeah, going to be hard to see that one. All right, what about this one? Can we see this one? Yeah, you can see that one a lot better. That's a 1909. Looks like I need a little bit more light down here, especially for dark coins. All right, so we got a pair of Canadian large cents I got to look at and see if I have those. If you stay right there for a second, I will do this. I will look at my little spreadsheet and see what I do have for Canadian pennies. There we go, large Canadian pennies. Okay, I have a 1903. I do not have a 1909, and I got the 1904, so I'll be missing 1, 2, 3 in that decade. And then I can work on the 1890s after that. And I'm missing a few there, but that's not bad. I'll get those, I think. I'll get those. I'll have at least 2 decades of Canadian large pennies filled. And here's a 65 50-cent piece. I always try to get the 50-cent piece. They're the harder ones to come by. A little bit of toning up there in your upper right, up by the 50, but other than that, it doesn't look bad. That one's all right. I like that one. All right. I know I have more of those, but I try and get 50-cent pieces when I can get them. And then this one is in a clamshell, and it says it's a 925 silver proof. That is the royal wedding. Princess Diana and Prince Charles. Let's see if I can get this out of here. There we go. There's the clamshell. Pretty nice little clamshell. And this is 925 silver. Oh, there we go. 1 crown. $19.81. It's a Gibraltar coin. But I kind of like to collect Princess Diana stuff. So there you go. Don't really care about the man that's on there, Prince Charles. I think he's scum, but Princess Diana was a princess. Yeah. All right. Then what we got here? This is a box or something. What the hell? I got a box or something for that. Yeah. After this, I got to go out and do some work. I got to try and fix a storm door that blew off in a storm. And it wrecked the hinges, of course. Oh, this is the bell, I believe. All right, we're not going to open that yet then. We got one more package we're going to open before we open that. I'll put that right up here. And I'm not sure what this one is because it's real white. And this is kind of hard to open here. We'll just cut it and see where it takes us. Might be able to save it. Yes, I can. I can save it. Ooh, that's a gaw too. I don't know. Did I buy it? Yes, I did. Okay. This is the bell that Grandpa Timmy, I have to put this camera up just a little bit and get this out of the way here. Grandpa Timmy gifted me. This is a cute little bell, man. This is what Joe calls a biker bell. This one just doesn't have the little ring on it, so you can put it on a collar or something. But look at that little guy. I mean, there it is sitting on my thumb. My thumbnail's right there. And I bite my fingernails, so I don't have very long fingernails. Look at that. Look at that little guy. I want to see if you can see what that's made out of. See if I can turn it around this way, and then you can see. The Department of, hold on, right here. Come on, you. Department of Treasury. And it does say 1789. And I can see the top of it. Come on. Sometimes you get too close and it won't focus. Come on. Or it will try and focus in the background. Ah, you turd. I can't even see it. It's so small. You got a 1789 and a 1789 above. So it's two coins. I can't really tell what the denomination is or what the coin is. United States proof set. Okay, so it came out of a proof set. But man, I can't tell you what it is. That is some fine ass soldering. I can tell you that. That's some fine ass soldering there. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That goes up there with my other bells. How's it sound, you say? That one sounds pretty neat. And these coins are as individual as you can get, man. They're just as individual as you can get when it comes to sound. Take that bag out of there. This one, I think, we're going to put this one right back there, like that. And we'll move these out of the way. Something like this. We'll put them out of the way like that. And we'll put the coppers up here too. Let's see, we got to take that. That's got to go over there like that. All right. And we got coppers. Coppers, coppers, coppers. Coppers, coppers, coppers. Okay. And then that penny and that penny. Well, this one is a different bell. A very different bell. This one is packaged in styrofoam. And you got a tape too, so that styrofoam doesn't come open. Oh man, top broke. Top is broke, Joe. Nah, you don't need to send another one. Glass is all inside. There it goes. Look at Hobby Lobby and see if I can find one. Yeah, you know it's right here. There's all the glass. It's got a nice cork base, and the bell sits on that, and then this goes on top of it just like that. But looks to me like they should have sent it in a box, because there's the glass. There's the glass out of the top. Joe! No, Joe! Oh, well. I kind of wondered about that when I bought it, but let's set that over there. Let's just look at the bell, should we? Yeah. Look at that one. I like that handle. That's a nice handle, man. 1892 and 1839. So it looks like we got a sword sticking in the top, with a vine and leaf. Let's see if I can get the dinger quieter out of there. There we go. How's this one sound? You guys notice the difference? Listen. Even with my deaf ears, I can hear that. Quite the dinger. And the little dingers in here are made out of the holes that he punches in the coins to make the bell. Get it rotated around there. I like that, man. I popped up on your feet, huh? Well, just a second, William. I have to turn you. Oh, shit. I got to turn you blue. Hold up a second. Anybody that's in here that I haven't, B&B, I am going to turn you blue. Oh, shit. Damn it. I add you as a moderator. All right. So I got Tarragon Sue. Okay. How you doing, buddy? Martin Treasure Hunting. B&B, you are now. And William, you are now moderators. So you should be blue the next time you say something. Anyway, yeah, I know. I pop up on people's feed when I feel like popping up on people's feeds. Damn, I like that bell. That's a nice bell, man. That goes up there with the rest of them. You like the job he does on those. Look at the solder job, man. I believe these are British coins, right? I'd have to look at the... yes, 2 coin silver UK crowns. Okay, and then the little bell, those were mint tokens. Those were mint tokens on there. That's a cool little handle. I don't know what it is. It's so small I can't see it. Hold up. One more time. What's it say on it? Oh, it doesn't. It's got a little design on it, like little diamonds. Little diamonds all the way down. And on the back side, there's nothing. So it almost looks like it came from a little piece of spoon or something, but hard to tell. That's a nice little bell there. We got to move him over so we can see him a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, well, this is going to have to go in the pile. Goes in the recycle. So we'll set that out of the way. This is going to get tossed in the trash right here so I don't cut myself. All right, there we go. That's done. I was going to say, don't worry about the thing on Bob, Joe, because I'll probably use the cork for fishing. This will just sit up there with my other bell. I was kind of wondering, why does it bent? Oh, that's why. Because that handle bends real easy. See if I can straighten it up a little bit like that. That looks straighter? That looks straighter, don't it? And I think I got to go ahead just a little bit. There we go. There. How the hell is that, man? There. You guys are blue. Now you can go to everybody else's channel and subscribe and do whatever. Okay. B&B, thank you for stopping. I got to pan out a bag of your pay dirt yet. I might do that today. And wait a minute, I'm glad you guys stopped, man. Thanks for stopping in. Give it a thumbs up on the way out. Not like I really care too much about the amount of thumbs up and likes and all that shit. I don't really care, but that's kind of a cool bunch of stuff. Let's set some stuff down here, should we? I'm going to set this one right next to that one. And we'll set this stuff over here like this. And then we'll just set stuff over there like that. There you go. How's that? Yeah, that's neat, man. I like those bells. I really do. I don't know. That's grown into a full-time obsession with me. Joe Durbin's bells. I hate to tell you how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 39. 70. There's a dozen of them up there at least. And I've given 2 to my wife, a large bell like this, actually a 3-coin bell, and a small angel bell, which is a little bit bigger than this one, but so she has gotten 2. Each one of my girls have gotten a large bell, and they all picked the one that they wanted. And I don't think I've given anybody else bells as presents, but if my mother was alive, I'd certainly have given her a couple. But no, I don't have to do that. So anyway, I got shit to do today. So I'm just going to say, you don't have to worry about styrofoam, and you don't have to worry about this, Joe, because that's going in the trash, and the bell's just going up with my other bells, so that's not a big deal. And the cork base, you know, I mean, that's great for retail stores and stuff like that. You know, it makes it more saleable, but it doesn't matter for me. So I'm okay. I'm okay with the way it is. Actually, this styrofoam's going out. None of that stuff is staying. Oh, I'll get burnt. This goes into the recycle. I see that. Look at that. Isn't that? Why would that break right on the top like that? That just, I don't know why. Somebody played football with the package, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, I do like these bells. I do like them. I know. Look at me. Look at me. I know that as many bells as I have, or that I bought, that I am not the person with the most. I'm not trying to be the person with the most, but I do know that there are other people who have more Joe Durbin bells than I have. And I know Kiwi's got one down in New Zealand, so we're good that way. And I'm expecting a big package from him one of these days. Holy moly, that's going to be big. That's going to be big, man. And there are packages coming all the time, you know. I like auctions. I like Coin Cruise auction. I like Durbin's auction. I like Coin Sniper Chris's auction. I haven't been to Auction Palooza yet at all. I suppose I should go one of these days, but no, Tarragansu, he chooses the coins to make the bells. I have sent him old silverware, either 925 silverware or silver plated that I thought the handles were neat on for his bell handles. But other than that, no, he chooses the coins. Now, if you wanted to send him coins to make you a bell, he would do that. He would do that. I sent him a coin. He's making me a ring. So, oh, I have to have coffee. I have to have coffee. Yeah, otherwise, if I'd have still been drinking, this would have been a glass of whiskey already. So, coffee will work. And I haven't had enough yet today. All right, guys, I got to go out and do some work. So, thanks for riding along and taking a look. And one of these days, I'll do another bell video, my Joe Durbin bell videos. And I don't know if I have a book for my large pennies yet. I might have. Well, I got the pages for them. I don't know if I have a book for them yet. But I got to start putting that stuff away, and my small nickels, my fish scales, I got to start putting them in the books. I haven't done that yet. 42 Canadian cent. A 42. JJ. And those are the regular pennies. Those aren't the large pennies. So now I got to look. The small pennies. I got 92.67. I found a 42. I have one 42 that should have George VI on it and a maple leaf, right, JJ? Because I have one. And I got a 1920 George V. Uh, 20, 28, 29, 30, 31, no, 20, a 29, a 33, a 34, a 36. Did find a 21. Got a 42. I don't see anything in the 50s at all. Do I have anything in the 60s? Yes, I do. I have 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. The only one I don't have is a 58. 60s, I have all of them. 70s, I have all. 58, I'm missing. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 40s. That's 42. No, 3 of the 40s. 3 of the 40s. And then the 30s, I'm missing a few. Let me see. 20s. Where are my 20s at? There. No. Where are my 20s? Do I even have a 20s listed? It's 1920. Yeah, all the way up there. And 21, 29. 29, I got a Newfoundland. It's not a fish scale, but it's a 925. It's a 1929 Newfoundland. 20s are the ones I don't have a lot of. Most everything else I'm finding, but that's what we got. A 99 and a 42 in the same row. Yeah, 20 was the last year, and I believe 20s are only 80%. The rest of them were 925 before that, but the 20 was 80%, and then the 21 went to whatever it was, copper after that, zinc, copper. What am I saying? 80%. Oh, those are the nickels. Damn. Yeah, those are the nickels. pennies. What am I talking about? Pennies here. Large pennies and small pennies. I get them mixed up. There we go. Those are nickels. Dimes, quarters, 50-cent pieces, pennies. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I try to keep track, but it looks like I'm not keeping track real well. See, I just got books for nickels and dimes, I think. But I got a book for the new dimes. I got to get a book for the old dimes. All right, that's what I got. That dog it. Gonna have to redo that page or a couple pages. A 99 and a 42 in the same roll. Well, you know, that was just a bank roll then, or somebody else rolled it for you. But yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I know I do have 142. 67s and 92s are both commemorative, small pennies. I do have 1920 through 1972 in one book. The only one I don't have in that, and I'll probably never ever get one, is a 1936 dot. I'll never have one. Well, I think when I Googled it, it was like only 3 known verified 36 dots known so far. He does, man, but JJ goes through a lot of rolls. He goes through a lot of rolls. Silver selling machine. Angela, she used to go through pennies. I used to send her pennies all the time. And we would trade back and forth. She would send me Canadian coins. I would send her pennies. And since her house fire, everything got destroyed. I just said, Angela, we'll start over from scratch. You don't owe me anything. I don't owe you anything. So, but she's been busy. Yeah, I know, man. I thought I had a 36 dot. I thought I had one. Somebody advertised one. I bought it cheaply, not cheap. And that should have been my first clue, but it was not what it was advertised as. So I paid a little bit much for a penny, but I didn't pay thousands and thousands of dollars. I can tell you that. But one of these days, and what is the one? I can't remember the year. I have to look again. But Canada did make a 20-cent coin, but they made it 1 year. And I know where there are 2 of them, but they're $250 a piece. So do I want that coin real bad? Yeah. Oh, man, $250,000? Holy crap. Ooh. Oh, that's something else there. Yeah, never get one. Will never, ever get one. And I really don't know what that error could be. Had to be like there was a grain of something that got between the die and the coin. Either that or the die was just, and they saw it immediately. Because I don't think they made a whole big run of pennies with that die crapped out like that. So I don't know, man. You would think there'd either be a whole bunch of them or there'd be very, very few. And right now we're at the very, very few mark. The dot was put there for a reason. Uh, on just a very few coins, though, what was the reason? And how did they put the dot there? That always amazed me. There had to be something wrong with that die. But if somebody put that there for a reason, then they put something in there before the die pressed. Okay, the king had died, but they didn't have the new picture of the next king. But the next king died within a month of taking power, so okay. There would be very few coins made then, but there would be more than 3 because they did a production run of those dots to signify that that king had died, and they're waiting on a picture of the new one. And then they got the new king, so they went from, let me see, 36. Which king was that? Was it George the George V, George VI, George VII? The 20 cent was 1858. Okay, I knew it was a year, but I didn't know which one. I wonder which king it was. Man, I would really have to look at my pennies to know. King George I got was in the 20s. King George VI was in the 40s, 30s, 40s. I don't know. I got a couple of them written down here, but I don't have all the kings written down. Yeah, I don't have all the kings written down. I do know in 1920 it was George V. In 1942 it was George VI. So where that split is, I don't know, but would have had to been between there. In 1936. That doesn't make sense to me. Dig in the mud. Yeah, well, we've had enough rain. I could sure do that. They said King Edward VIII would have taken over. Well, why do I have written down I got a 1942 penny with King George VI on it? And I know I got a penny with King George VII. I'd have to look, but God damn it. Now you guys are going to make me look at kings. Damn it. All right. I can do that. I'll look at rolls of pennies. Block, what are you doing? Playing in the mud? Or are you out metal detecting? Is that what you're doing? Wow, man. 20 through 72 is in my Whitman, so I'd have to look in there. Hold up. Come here, you. That's the quarters. Okay, that cent collection is full. Where's the other one at? The other one that's not full. Those are dimes. Those are nickels. Those are 50-cent pieces. Those are dollars. Come on, where's the other pennies at? I know there's another one in here. Dollars. 50-cent pieces. Nickels. What's this one? What is this one? Nickel. God dog it. Nickels. Go in there. What is this one? Small pennies right here. I have these separated by decades, so let me see. Yeah, that one's for new pennies. This one's for the 20 to 72. That one's full. And this one is not full. I have another 20 to 72, but if anybody wanted to buy that, it's not quite full. You're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Missing 13 pennies out of this book. Somebody wanted to buy that, they sure could. Here, these are the ones that are by decades here. Let's take a look. Do I have 30s, 40s in here? There's 50s, there's 40s, there's 30s right there. All right, throw the rest of these back in there. Throw the rest of these pennies back in there. Okay, 30s, 40s. Let's see. Oh, there's 1, 2 that aren't in 2x2s. Come on there, you sons of bitches. 3 that aren't in 2x2s. All right, 40s. Let me see. 47, 49, 41, 40, 43, 46, 45, 47, missing a 44 there, and missing a 48. All right, let's see what we got here. That's a 42. Got to go into a 2x2. That's King George VI. King George VI, that's a 44. King George VI, that's another 42. Okay. So, and let's go to the 1940. The 40 was 6, George VI. And the 49 was George VI. So, all through the 40s then, it was George VI. So, we have to look in the 30s. Oh, man. Now you guys got me going. God dog it. All right, pennies. Let's go down here to pennies. I'm looking at pennies right now. All right, let's just shut this stuff up. Kind of push that over there for right now. The 40s all had George VI on. So we're going to the 30s. So I don't see George VIII anywhere. Hey, Curtis, how are you, buddy? All right, we got 39, 32, 33, 32, 33, 39, 34, 38, 39. All right, let's go to 39, all the way up there. That has George VI. 32. Ooh, that's a nice penny. That looks like George V. All right. So 33. The 5th, 34. The 5th, 38. Yeah, 38. That's George VI. So between 34 and 38. What are you guys saying? 36? Was that it? There's 37. That's the 6. Here's a 36. That is George V. Right there. Between those two then. 36 and 37. George V, George VI. There. Take that. Those all got to go into 2x2s. And if you look real close, I got 2x2s, but I haven't got it done yet. So don't pick on me, all right? So 36 and 37. So it was George V, George VI. And George VI went for a while into the 40s. So George V died. What year did George V die? That would be the next question. That I don't know. That I don't know. I'd have to look that up. All right. I got to put these pennies back in a bag. Oh, well, those are pennies, dimes. All right. Put you in there too. You can go in there with it. There you go. All right. Back under the table. All right. Back under the table. There we go. All right. So you see, we can look at stuff. I suppose I could have looked it up on the internet. Would have been a little quicker, but all right. So between 5th and 6th, 1936. So he had to die either that year or before. Yeah, probably that year, 36. And then they didn't have the picture of the new king, George VII. And so they dotted the pennies made that year after he was dead. And then they got the picture January 1936. Okay, so at the beginning of the year. So then they produced pennies that entire year with his picture on. It's either that or there's a 1936 penny out there with George VI's picture. I don't think that's it. But they produced pennies in 1936 with George V's picture on after he died, and that would have been the ones with dots on. So there had to be a run, a year run or a run, whichever months they did have been. So there has to be more of those pennies out there somewhere. Don't you think? There has to be more of those pennies out there somewhere. Not just 3 or 4. There's got to be more than that. I would think if they did a year run, there would have to be so many more. Wait a minute. Do I have something smudge on my camera right there? Hold on a second. Nope, that didn't help. All right, never mind. January 20th, 1936. So they did a date run of 1936 pennies after he died, but they put a dot on because they didn't have a picture of the new king yet. Okay, how many pennies did they produce? Yeah, lens flare. How many pennies did they produce then? Dot with dots on. Had to be more than 3, tell you that. So where are the rest of them? Did they get melted down already? Is that the deal? I mean, that's possible. That's very possible. All right. That's something else to ponder. I mean, it's not like it's going to keep me from working or anything or eating, but I have to go outside and do some work. So, and we've already been on an hour, and that's long enough for right now. Um, I do have some stuff on my table I want to show right there. Coins from military stuff. So I'll do that another time. I was going to do that today, but I thought, nope, I got to go out to the safe. I got more military coins in the safe. So I'll bring them in, and then we can discuss military theme stuff. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thank you guys all for coming and educating me. Only took 1 month, and then I think church is thinking. Okay, it could be. I don't know, Tarragon, so I have to do some more research. You live there. You probably know the history a lot better than I do. We will see you guys. Thank you very much for coming and listening to me bullshit. We'll see you later. Peace out. There we go. We're done.